Hi. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Noah Holloway, or as most of you who've watched this channel grow for the last couple of years, I'm Paraguay Illusions. I gotta say, before I get into what this whole video is going to be about, which I have a list of things on my phone, so that way, it's not just going to be me rambling. This is as odd as it sounds, I took some notes, and I took some serious thought and consideration into what I need to talk about, because it's going to be a lot. And for those of you who have been around this channel for a long time, this is kind of like a P.I.M.P episode, you know? The P.I.M.P, Paraguay Illusions Making Progress. Remember that stuff I used to do every couple months when I was back in college and then graduated college? It's gonna be like that, but this one's gonna be a lot longer. A lot of shit I'm gonna be talking about in here is gonna be kind of depressing. It's not all depressing though. I've been active on every social media platform except for YouTube. I was doing some shit I posted early in the year, and then obviously, who would have thought, I fell off. So I keep making these every couple of every 6-7 months. I'm returning videos, and I have this whole big thing where I last year's was the whole thing of me being change and how things on the channel are changing. The last 3 years has been very up and down. And for those of you who are watching this and haven't seen a video from me in a long time, probably the last one was almost 8 months ago. I know when I made the return video last time, I got made absolutely fun of by a couple of my friends. But also, there's gonna be some new content coming onto this channel, and a lot of you watching might feel some of those emotions I mentioned earlier.
Hey, 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 goodbye. Na 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 na, na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey.
This is just your warning. If you're willing to sit through all this, thank you. I hope that maybe at the end of this you get some questions answered as to why I've been very absent on this page. And if you don't want to sit the whole thing, I don't know how long it's going to be, but if there's any topic that I'm talking about that piques your interest, I will put timestamps for those, but it's going to be a lot. Welcome back to P.I.M.P, Paraguay Illusions Making Progress. Roll the intro. Here we are. I have a list of topics. I have let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 main topics. I will try to keep it to that number. You guys know how I am when I talk. I just kind of go on and on and on and on and on. And I also hope that this sounds good. I'm not using my Rode mics on either of my cameras because my Rode mic is kind of shitty. It's been it's kind of staticky. Oh yeah, off the bat, I bought a new soundboard. So when I did the podcast with Joe, Adam, and Brian, it's a Behringer, something like that. It was 10 something years old. I needed better sounding audio, and that's why I bought a Scarlett, because I want to make more content. But why I didn't make as much as I planned to, again, we'll get into that later. But let's talk about what's going on outside of the channel. My life. I'm 28. Had a couple birthdays since the last time I had a consistent schedule of uploading, at least consistent to what my standards are. It's very safe to say I have not been consistent at all. If you don't believe me, Joe will for sure tell you. I've been doing a lot of shit though. I've been playing a lot of soccer. I've gotten back into that. It was a fucking blast to play that again. I feel like I'm back in not my prime, but I'm doing really good at just staying fit. It's my way to work out and just kind of socialize and shit. I played 3 different leagues depending on the season. For indoor, I'm playing 3, kind of subbing for a 4th one. Outdoor, I'm playing just the one. It's very fun. It's early in the morning though. I hate it, but God, is it fun, and I love it so much. I've been going to therapy. That was a big jump. Yeah, I've been going to therapy for 2 years maybe now at this point. I think even being here, being able to talk about all this is accredited to me going to therapy. Even if you don't personally know me and you've only known me from the channel, there definitely was a point where you as a viewer kind of noticed some weird fall off happen. It's a lot of just like getting back to like who I was, like the kid in high school who had such a drive and a passion to make this type of stuff and wouldn't care at all like what was happening. Just wants to make it. I somehow throughout my like years of doing this, like I lost track of that and lost sight of it. My therapist has helped me discover shit about myself I didn't even know I had problems with. Helped me just kind of navigate through all these feelings I'm going through and like ups and downs in my life that I've never really had to experience before. This is also my advocate for you if you think you need, I feel like everyone needs therapy, whether you're having a good time or not. Like everyone needs therapy. There's shit you don't really know how to explain, and you won't know until it hits you. It's too late. I recommend therapy for anyone. Your problems are not small. You know, after the shit I went through, I feel like I couldn't even be my genuine self on camera. Like I had to force a lot of smiles, a lot of laughs, a lot of just making a video itself was very fucking forceful. And I didn't like that. And so that's kind of one of the reasons why I stopped making stuff. I'm gonna keep checking my phone for my notes because I have so much and I don't want to fuck this up. I want to be so transparent with you guys because you guys have been such a big part of my life. It feels so weird and wrong to not like talk to you and just make content for you and for myself. Besides the therapy, besides the soccer, I've been playing just a lot of Fortnite. If I'm not playing soccer, I'm just at home playing Fortnite. And so like I got in this weird, like, I think that was part of it too, was me procrastinating and just like in a very comfortable position in my life. Not comfortable in the sense of like, oh, I was comfortable that I'm where I'm at in life. Comfortable that it felt like something I could like control to some degree, like playing these matches, like you can't predict it, but it was something I knew every day I could go back to and do. Like it was something I could always, as dumb as it sounds, count on that game to play, unless there was an update or something like that. I'd be playing that game every day because it kept me, it was a grounding thing. If I wasn't playing soccer or watching soccer, I was playing Fortnite, and it was a good grounding thing for me. And I got so sucked into it. And the game is fun. I don't want to hear shit in the comments about, oh, it's such a baby game. Oh, it's so broke. It fell off. I don't care. It's fun for me. I just played it so much that there was a point, I don't know when, and I was like, I feel like I am just in a weird rut. I'm in a fucking rut. And I wasn't doing anything about it to like get out of it until like I made one Fortnite video. You guys probably saw it. I wanted to make more of those, but shit kept happening and I just couldn't find the courage or willpower to get through to it. I was a bit of a lazy fucker for a little bit. I got in another relationship and for about a couple months, we're not together anymore, but we're on good terms, which is very nice to know. And it wasn't fair when I started to like put shit aside because of I don't really know how to word this. With shit with my grandfather passing back in August, something kind of clicked and I had like a big reality check. I think I put a lot of what I was doing like away, like on the side, like to play soccer and to play Fortnite at that point after my grandfather passed was just to keep me from not thinking about it, because in the final like couple months that he was alive, fuck. Fuck. Sorry, I haven't talked about this publicly since that happened. So forgive me if I get a little choked up. I shouldn't though, but yeah, it worked out when he was on like his probably I'm losing such like a way to talk. Hang on, let me. Okay, so when I moved back in with my parents, he moved in, and he was like on the decline for dementia and shit. And at the time, it was like, it wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't as bad, obviously, as it was in the end. But living with my parents and helping them with my grandfather and just seeing, you know, this man was at my college graduation, and that was in 2019. And in 5 years, just to see the decline, it still shakes me up because it's such a fast fucking turn. Like, you don't realize how fast like 5 years is. And so on the last couple months, it was just like a couple weeks he was walking, and then after that he just couldn't anymore. We'd have to like carry him, and then after that we had to stop doing this and change it to this, and like it was just more and more taxing, like on me. Yeah, for sure. My mom, I was my mom's dad, so it definitely took it's not a competition, but it took such a big toll on my mom that seeing her like that and just seeing everything transpire like in front of my eyes is something that like sticks with me. And the day before he passed, I came home from work. My mom was talking to me saying that hospice came, and they're saying like he's on like the end of his life. So I'm thinking, and we're all thinking the same thing. We all thinking he's got a week. And I was like, yeah, I can do a week. Cool. I'm like, it sucks to know that, but I have a week. And so I went to my, at the time, girlfriend's house, not my ex-girlfriend's house, who I just talked about. Spent the night there, told her about what was going on, and she was like, did you want to stay there? I was like, no, I guarantee myself I have a week. It's just good to prep. I shot up at like 7 o'clock. My mom was calling me crying, saying that he passed away. So I immediately jumped out of her bed, drove home, and yeah, that moment in time really stuck with me. I don't even know how to really explain it. It's just something that, like, for a while I was in some odd depressive like world because I kept having these like existential like thoughts of life, of like how quickly like you can just go, and just like the lasting impact you leave is so like it's shit that like I'm glad I'm at this point in my life now dealing with this, because I don't know how I would be at a younger age and like not emotionally and mentally mature. I'm still not mentally mature entirely, but I am way better than I would have been 5 years ago. All that being said is like, as dumb as this sounds maybe to you guys or not, I kept thinking about this channel. Like, obviously, like, my grandfather was in the forefront and like just getting through this whole traumatic and like very sad and depressive point. But like, this channel came up randomly like near the end when I was like kind of done grieving and shit. I mean, still am, but like not at that like capacity. And just like, there's so much stuff that I want to do that I have been so clouded and just so preoccupied and just so like not in it, and it sucks. So it started turning gears in my head of like, I want to get back into making this stuff. I just had a lot to deal with, and so I'm doing better. obviously, or else I wouldn't be on here right now talking to you guys about all this shit. But it took a toll on me. I had people, I had a corner, I had like people to talk to. I wasn't going this alone, which was thank fucking God. I told you at the beginning this was not gonna be all happy. It was gonna be very depressing and like sad at some points. I've always felt like this channel has been like for a long time like my therapy. Like I love just talking to the camera and just talking to you guys. Whether you're actually listening to me or not is entirely up in the air. I don't really think about that. I just kind of say my shit and then edit it how I want it to look and then send it out. If I get reception either in a like, a dislike, a comment, or a share, or like a text message to me or a DM, whatever, saying like, hey, I like your thing, or this was shit, it means something to me that someone watched it. And I've always liked talking about anything. There's so many ideas in my head. I feel like I said this like years ago in my head that I want to make into reality. I just don't have the tools or the skill at the time to do it, and that's changing, which we will cover later, like in this video. I'm just gonna take the second before we keep going to say thank you to all of you who have been watching me, who have been supporting me, who have been there for me, whether it's on the internet or it's in person or it's both. It is so nice. Is not the word I wanted to use. I could use something better. I just first thing thought of. It is so touching that you guys actually enjoy my shit. Starting this channel like years ago, I never thought I'd even have to make these types of things. I thought I'd be very famous at the time, or I thought I'd be very, very like 11 million subs in or 100,000 subs in. I just kind of wanted to make content to make content. I think somewhere the line shifted, but the passion's always been there, even if I've had to like hide how I'm feeling. And I think that's one thing that like I've come to terms with I don't want to do so much anymore. I don't want to hide like how I'm feeling. Like if I'm not feeling good, I'm not feeling fucking good. I will tell you guys this. You might understand that my videos will take longer to get done because I'm in some rut. I'm not having like a bunch of shit going on now, at least knock on fucking wood. Thank you like for really being in my corner as long as it's been, whether you've been here for 2 months, which is very surprising because I haven't put anything out in a while, or 2 years or 10 years. It means a lot. So thank you for that. And anyways, back to what I was talking about before. I went to New York City for work. My coworker Courtney and I went to New York City because there was a Broadway musical about a lady from our hometown called The Queen of Versailles. You may have heard it. If not, I'll summarize it for you right now. There's a lady that's from my hometown, like a couple towns over, and she lives in Florida now, and she now is making a like replica of the Palace of Versailles in France. It's gonna be the largest single home in America. 86 fucking rooms. Who the fuck knows in it? It should be done come 2026, but she got so famous off of this for like years ago from being on reality TV and shit that she ended up getting a Broadway musical that just had a short run because I guess they got kicked out because there was some other show taking over. But we covered that for the news, and we did a whole like mini documentary, like a 15-minute thing of it, story of it about like her and her life, how she came to be this lady and how she got this Broadway thing and all that stuff. Very cool. If you want to check that out, I have to plug my jobs website, so there's gonna be a link probably either in the corner or in the description. Actually, I mean fucking both. I don't know why I'm saying or. You can go and check that out. Please let me know if you like it. And yeah, or maybe there's a YouTube link, I don't know, but it was very fun, very cool, and that was my first musical in like God knows how long. The other thing I'm doing, which gave me that push to make content again too, was my other coworker, I feel like a lot of my coworkers are just like doing their own shit. Bruce, who I play soccer with on one of my leagues, he and his friends have this like company thing, like media thing they want to start doing. Not company, media thing they want to start doing, where it's called the Locker Room. They basically want to be like the next Barstool minus all the fucking bullshit that they're going with, and just post stuff about sports, talk about sports. So if you like sports of any nature, we're trying to do our best to like make it work. So check out the Locker Room. The link is also in the description. I write some articles, I make some TikToks of shit about like sports events, mainly soccer for me, because I don't know what else to talk about. I don't really know how other sports work. That's not a lie. I mean, it's a lie. I know how sports work. I just don't know a lot of history like I do with soccer. Which, by the way, minor thing. I'm going to a World Cup match, and I'm very excited for that. So you'll see a video on that come June. But just wanted to say that now, so you know I'm going to the World Cup. But yeah, it's very fun. I've been doing that for the last couple weeks. I'm the newest member of the group, and yeah, that's about what's been going on in my life, I think, for the most part. Okay, on to the next topic. Yeah, gotta drop a fucking off the rip. I gotta drop a fucking bombshell. I may have mentioned this before, but I'm saying it now. Going forward for the last maybe 2 years, which explains, again, the whole video stuff, it's just me. It's just me on this channel. Brian is no longer associated with me in any way, shape, or form. That being said, all the stuff I made prior with him, it's not going anywhere, because I still fucking love that stuff. But yeah, you will not see him in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, we had a falling out. Sucks. That's really all I want to say about that. I'm not really going to get into detail about that. Just know that he's not here anymore. And yeah, I still have some of the fucking... I have the outro shit he made and the graphics and shit. I'm still using those. Yeah. So visually, like effects-wise, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to be how he would do shit. But I think it's also nice for me to have my own identity. I think for a while before we like fell through, which is what leads into what I'm talking about now. I like tried to force myself to like make content I wasn't really a fan of, and it started getting in this weird headspace and mindset that I was becoming like everything had to be perfect. Like I was overthinking every single fucking detail of like how to shoot anything and how to like format and like edit anything, that like if I had one minor thing that was not to my liking, I would not do the entire video, which is a bullshit excuse, because when I started this channel, I just made shit just to make shit. I didn't care like how it looked. And I think I got in my head a lot as of lately, because of like him and I not longer working together, that every single video I would make going forward, which was only like fucking 3, the rest were all saved from earlier, I would nitpick anything. Even this, which I told myself, just fucking stop. Just let it go. Like, I think I got so anal with like how I wanted things to look, because I've been doing it such a certain way for so long, that it just sucked the fun out of it. It became very, I don't want to say stale. I think the format of how certain videos we made looked were stale when I wanted to change things up a bit. We had some, I don't want to say creative differences because we usually end up compromising on them, but it felt like the last year and a half of shit we made together that when I wanted to like try something new or offer like some cool effect, he would just shut it down. Yeah, but him aside, it was just like I literally, like I said before, I became so fixated on every single detail and like sound and look and angle, and I have to like not relearn how to shoot shit because I know how to shoot shit. I think it's just harder with just one person putting these cameras up, making sure it's focused. That I basically became very lazy. I was so used to him like help me doing it for me and me coming in being the talent, which wasn't fair to him and I, or to him. But all that shit, all that like fear of like how I was perceived online, for some reason it started to overtake me the last like couple years. Like when I first started, yeah, it makes sense. You're gonna have fears. People are gonna look at you weird on here, make fun of you for whatever. I've been on this place so long, I've heard most of the shit, so I'm used to it. I don't care. And then that great like run from like 2000, I don't know, I want to say 2014 to like 20 was a good fucking run. Like it was, I feel like, a great era for the channel. Very consistent, making new shit. Something happened though, I don't know what, and I just started like, I don't know really what exactly I want to say. After like we no longer were like talking and friends or shit, I started, what did I just write? I said I was just upset. I was just depressed how like everything fucking went through and just like where I was at in my life, that I couldn't force myself to make any content. I've shot a lot of shit and I just never edited it, because every time I would go to edit it, I would look at like how I talked, how I like looked, like what I was talking about, and it was stuff that like I never thought about. It was shit that I've never once given a second thought to. And I don't know where it came from, but it was so fucking weird. I just started thinking of like, why did I talk about this? Who's going to watch this? Why did I not go this route instead? Like shit that I never fucking cared about. And every time I made a video, it was those exact same questions like in my head all the time. I just gave up on the channel for the time being. I think that was like during like a dark time like in my life. I can't really pinpoint the exact time, but it was awful. Every time I wanted to make something, there was something in my head being like, that's a dumb idea. No one's gonna fucking like that. Or like, oh, it's not worth making the video for. Or like, you're overthinking it. And I just like, that's when I got in a rut. Even like it would follow like on my other show at work, I would do the same fucking format every time because one, it was like a safety net. I knew how it worked. And two, I just didn't have fun. And I didn't find fun in it. So going from work to making a video to going home to making another video that I had way more creative like leisure for, I didn't find any joy in it at all. When I made the announcement video like the start of last year or start of this year, I think, whenever I aired it, the hey, is this thing on, whatever the fuck it is, I was so ready. I felt like I was mentally prepared. I was like, you know, I've been sitting on this shit for so long. I have a bunch of ideas. I go to do it, upload the first video, that change video, which, you know, I was like, you know, it makes sense. I need to let you guys know that change is coming. I didn't go into detail about it. I think I just didn't want to go into detail with it because you didn't need to know. But here I am now, a fucking year later, going into detail with it. So it seems like I kind of just should have just skipped the first part and then just talk about it now, so you know going forward. But I didn't, and obviously hindsight's 2020. So I had videos that I shot years ago during the COVID, which the test dummies, which I still have one fucking more, I think 2 more to upload. And it's crazy to think I had videos I could just upload and they were just sitting there and I didn't upload those. I was just so in my head. And even comments from Joe and my friend Christian and some other friends who I know I'm just calling out Joe and Christian, but I know if they see this, they know it's not out of hate. It's not out of spite. It's out of pure love. And I understand where they're coming from looking at it now. At the time, though, you guys have to learn to read the fucking room. I'm telling you this right now. I love you guys to death. That was not the time to, like, push me. Granted, I didn't divulge everything I was going through, so it's a 50-50 split here. Just, I knew where your heart was at, just was not executed well. I still love you guys to death though, because Joe would be like, oh, where's your new video out? And I was like, oh, it's coming, not knowing how to say I don't have any heart at all to make content. Dude, I'm so out of it. I'm so done with it. I'm so like over just feeling this way of just like not being successful, which again, hindsight, I feel like I've always been successful making this content, whether it's like at 10 views, 100 views, 1,000 views. I feel like anytime I just put it out there and make it done, I feel very happy about it. But even that I couldn't fucking do. So when I made that Fortnite one with my friends, that's when I thought like, oh shit, I'm back to it. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I'm having a great fucking time. Shit came up and back at square one. And I think I let my emotions get the best of me during that time, which it's okay to like let your emotions like take over sometimes, but you shouldn't let it consume your whole entire life. Easier said than done. But I regret having that happen to me, because there's a lot of stuff I wanted to do. I still can do it, but I still even now have that worry of like, oh, how's this gonna look? I'm telling you, when this comes out, this will not have 30 revisions. This probably will have 2, because maybe I want to make it shorter than it already is. But I want this to be as just raw and unfiltered as possible. So that's where I was. There was so many fucking videos I could have made about some really cool fucking topics. Every time I'd come home from work, or I'd be on the weekend just hanging out, just wouldn't fucking do it. I just wouldn't fucking do it. I wouldn't fucking do it. So I started procrastinating, and that's when I got into this rut of just playing Fortnite all the fucking time. All the time. I still play it a lot, but I also have my PS5 and shit, and Christmas just happened, so I have some other fun things I can get equipment-wise for this. So it's coming. I feel like the new year is gonna be different. Freddie Wong made a video recently because he hasn't made videos on his channel for fucking 8 years or some shit, like 5 something years. It's been a fucking, I'm not trying to say 6, 7. That's why I'm jumping between 5 and 8. Like 5 years. Obviously, he's very well off successfully on on like life for that, so he can do that. But he said something that I am going to apply to my channel, and that is videos will make a return. For my sake, so I don't get either burnt out or overstimulated, I am not going to give myself a schedule. I know a few people are going to be like, oh, so what's the fucking point of making this return video if I'm going to have to wait a month for a video that's 5 minutes long? I will not make videos that short. There's a lot of things I want to try. I know I said in my change video I made at the beginning of this year that there's new content and styles I want to do. That was not a lie. I do want to do that. I still want to do that. I now have a better mindset and idea of how to execute those things, and not let my idea of like being an absolute perfectionist get in the way of that. Because like I said before, there's a lot of things I wanted to make a video on that, because of me and where I was mentally, it fucked me over and I couldn't do the stuff I wanted to do. And now if I do it now, it just seems kind of late to the party. But there's some things that I can still do. It doesn't matter how late they are, because people are still watching them, mainly talking about shows and movies. Sure, you missed the hype of when it originally comes out, but I think you can still talk about shit like that anytime. I did make a video saying, I think after the change video, of saying like I owe a bunch of fan bases an apology, like anime ones, and I brushed on them a little bit, but I never went into detail with those. I want to do that again. Sure, all the shows I'm mentioning are done, but I still want to talk about them, and I want to give my thoughts. Whether you fucking care or not, I just want to put stuff out there that I made. There's going to be times on this channel you're going to see a string of videos you're not going to give a flying fuck about. There's going to be videos on this channel at times where you're going to be like, this is my favorite thing ever. There's going to be times on this channel when I'm not going to have anything out for like a week or two. And there's going to be some returning videos that I really want to take extra time with. So when those come out, no, I took a lot of time to like really make sure you guys get the absolute best. Because I have a lot of equipment that's been collecting dust, and I feel fucking awful that it is. There's ideas on this channel you're going to see that may resemble someone else's, and that's okay. They don't own that style. You can make it your own. If I believe it's a parody or like I got it inspired from this person, I will say that off the bat. I will not claim it as my own. I want to make content that I am proud of. I want it again. I was proud of a lot of shit, maybe like 95%. No, actually, I take that back. Everything I've made on this channel, I'm so proud of. I don't care how cringy it is. I don't care how fucking awful it came out. I learned from all those in some way, and they were so fucking fun. Even if it's like the video itself is awful, to me, the process that it took to make it was very fun. I'm not ashamed of any of these videos. I feel like if I take those off the internet, it feels like I am trying to make myself look like I'm perfect. And I'm fucking not. Not in the fucking slightest. And I say all this because much as I don't like that I have to ride solo from here on till when for making videos on YouTube anymore, the stuff that I made with Brian was very fun. It was very fun. I've not talked to him in probably a couple years at this point. I don't follow him. I don't think he follows me. I doubt he watches the shit. If for some reason he watches this and he's here, I hope he knows that is the truest thing I'll ever say about him. Yeah. So it's bittersweet seeing all that shit up. But goddamn, was that shit fun. Sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. But I'm not gonna lie and say I didn't have a good time. So eventually I will get to that point where I can make visual effects like that, which is why making my own content again is a big plus. But I'm also gonna make stuff that I never made with him, or never give the chance to even try myself. So after talking about all this stuff of where YouTube has been for me personally, and like the channel and shit like that, let's talk about where it's going here on out. From content to filming to editing, like I said, it's gonna be all me unless I get someone else to be in a video with me. But your boy is on the solo express. Don't know where the fuck we're going, but we're going somewhere. So I'm just gonna ask this person to person, viewer to viewer, friend to friend, whatever you want to call me. Don't make it racist. I mentioned it before, but I want to make content again. That was never something I didn't want to do. Well, that's not that's something I was never not gonna do again. Just how long it would take was up in the air. I don't want to sound like a pick-me or a charity case or whatever the fucking word that fits what I'm about to say fits. Bear with me. People do one-man shows. I know people that have been, but they do it a lot. They do it consistently for a while now, so they know how it works. I'm getting into this of going step by step. A lot of it's going to be over by my PC. Obviously, I move shit out of the way, grab the lights, all that stuff. But it's going to take a second, but I hope you enjoy that view for a little bit. Obviously, I will make some little sketches here and there when I get my confidence back up in that aspect. There's going to be gaming videos again, like old times. There's going to be videos of me just talking about a certain topic. There's going to be videos of me outside of the house doing me shit, whatever the fuck me shit is. But know that it's coming, but I want you guys to bear with me a little longer. I know I've only lost like 2 subs, I think, in this time, which is incredible. But I just want you guys to know that like I'm holding myself accountable. I am going to be making content again. How often per month? I cannot tell you that, and I cannot promise you any number. I will say that again. I cannot promise you how many a month I will get you. I can't give you a specific number. But I will give you content again. Like, yes, I will. Yeah. And I think with that note, we move on. We talked about the before, we talked about the during, and we graced a little bit of the after, but now we're going more into the epilogue. Is that what it's called? Sure, epilogue, whatever. Whatever the word is, that mean no, yeah, epilogue. So, like I mentioned, I am going to be making content again. There's a lot of things I want to do that I haven't done in a long time, or I have never done, like I said before. One of those things being is a podcast. I know what you were thinking. Wow, how original. A podcast in 2026. Who would have thought? I've done a few. Some never made air, but I've done a few. I did the Trouble Gamers podcast, which was the 4 of us, me, Joe, Brian, and Adam. I've been on the Dingles and Donuts podcast, that Dungeons and Dragons one, with, I can't fucking name how people were on that fucking thing. I made one with my friend Steph, which never got to see light of day, called Who Let Us on the Internet, which I wish it aired, but I think for the best it didn't, and I will explain why later. And hang on. Yeah, I'm making a podcast, and when I mentioned before how I can't guarantee you how many videos I can get you a month, this is something I want to guarantee you. I will get you will at least have at the minimum until I figure out the scheduling and I get more like stockpiled. You will get a podcast episode a month. Now, I'm not going to go too much into detail about it because I want to save that for the first episode. But similar to how I'm running the YouTube channel, the podcast is going to be the same. It's just me as the host. My co-host, you will see who that will be. Right now, though, it's just me. But the co-host, you'll meet them soon. I just need to buy another mic, which I probably should be getting this weekend. So plans to shoot the first couple episodes. I want to say they probably are already shot, and the first one comes out the week after this. I'm also not using cameras for that. It's just going to be audio, so I can take it, put it straight to Spotify, whatever the fuck. I'll figure that other shit later, but just know I'm making a podcast, and it's gonna be better than it's gonna be different. It's gonna be better what I used to do. Me and a host, me and someone else, co-host, whatever. We'll have handheld mics. I'm not gonna hold like this. I think we're just gonna hold the actual mic. I'm not doing the stands now. I just want to see. So yeah, Snoop podcast. I'm not gonna divulge the name yet. Actually I will, because it makes no sense. It's called Podcast Roulette. Again, I'm not gonna go detail of like why and all that shit, but I've already gotten the graphics, and you get the opening made. But first episode should come the week after this. If it doesn't, it's probably because something happened during uploading and I didn't schedule it right. But yes, that's what's going on. So stay tuned for that. Final thing I want to talk about, and then close it out, is kind of like a whole thing of what else. I mentioned obviously making content in general. I mentioned the podcast. There's one more thing that I've missed very dearly, probably more than making YouTube videos, is streaming. I want to make streaming a thing I do more consistently, just like YouTube. And I think the way that I'll go about it will be a lot more different and better handled. I think I didn't handle it well how I did it before. I just no, that's not true. I handled it very well. I think just keeping the momentum going with it, and like how to just keep getting more people to watch me, I didn't execute well. But I would say the first year when I was very consistent, I did pretty good. I want to give myself that pat on the back. We can all agree on that. The plan is I have a second channel that don't think I've ever mentioned. I've never mentioned it, I think. Maybe I did. I don't remember. Second channel called, I don't even know. I think it's just Paragoya. I don't know. I gotta find the video. I gotta find the account again and log back in. But that, going forward, when I start streaming on Twitch again, whenever the fuck that is, I gotta get some internet shit fixed here at my parents' house. When that's set, all the VODs, like the full VODs, will be on that channel, and then the highlights will be on this channel. So if you miss the VOD, the full VOD, second channel, you want to see the highlights from that VOD, that's there. They'll go hand in hand. So if I upload one to there, it should be up the same time, you know, just because it'd be easier that way. But I don't know when to come back to streaming. I want to come back in 2026, but when I could not give you an answer. I couldn't even give you an estimate if I wanted to. I really couldn't. I think though, I have a lot of stuff that I've already talked about and want to focus on, that I want to get the YouTube stuff situated and more I want to get like that routine down in a sense for me, for my sake, so I can kind of better know when to pick, when to stream, when not to stream, and figure out like a schedule works for me. So I want to get streaming. If it has to be a year after this, so be it. But I do want to. It was very fun. There's a lot of games I'm saving to play on stream purposely for that reason. When I come back though, I will come back just like I said, just like I made my return video for that too. That didn't live long either. So again, it's a lot of stuff that I don't really want to like give you a set date, because I don't mind putting that pressure on myself, but I also don't want to just have it be for fucking nothing. I don't want to say it, stream twice, disappear for 8 months. So same thing I make with the videos on YouTube. Like I don't want to make a return video and then be gone for like 8 months again, which is why which is what happened literally last time. But all that being said, I know this video was very fucking long. Like very, very fucking long. And if you made it to the end, awesome. Thank you. I really do not want to make another one of these fucking oh, I've been gone for so long. What's happened when I've been gone? I hate making these. I really do. And I hate making them when I have nothing, when there was no point in the one prior. So I'm making this statement that this is gonna be the last like update video for, I want to say ever, but I don't know what this year holds. I could end up blowing the fuck up and getting really big and then have to fucking like just get like moving shit or something like that, or something, I don't know. I have to like fucking redo some shit. Who the fuck knows what's happening this year? Like if something like, basically you're not gonna get one if I'm just saying, oh, I was lazy and I wasn't feeling good and I was not feeling the best of me. You won't go into those. If something happens where, God forbid, knock on wood, there was a fire and everything I have burned down, you're gonna get one on that and you're gonna be like, oh, that makes fucking sense. But if I'm just like, guys, I really wasn't feeling like the best, I was going through that shit, this is what I sell this for here. So you know that like, I've said it a bunch of times, I'm feeling the best I could possibly be at this moment to make content again, and I really want to do it again. So yeah, I think that's really gonna be it. I'm never good at closing these fucking videos. I've never been good at closing the fucking videos. But if you watch this whole thing, thank you so much. You deserve a gold star. I will mail you $5 if you watch this whole thing. If you didn't, that's okay. If you're one of my like close friends that has been with me during all this shit, like the last couple years, and you're watching this, shoot me a text. Not to check on me, just to be like, hey, I saw your video. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to like just know that like someone, that you guys watch my shit. I mean, I know you do, but that's it. Yeah, that's it. Here, a toast to 26. You're not supposed to drink before you finish the toast. I don't fucking care. I was thirsty. Let's get back into motion, I guess. I spilled some. Fuck. I'll see you guys later.
I spilled it on myself.
God damn it.